Hey friends, 4 months ago I made a video all about decluttering my house because we wanted to move to a different house. So in the process, clearly, we have not moved yet. We have been looking, and I wanted to talk to you today about the issues and what we are going to do about them moving forward. So sit back, relax, grab a beverage, and let's chat about buying new houses here in 2025. Let's kick it off with the problems with this house. First of all, it's kind of just too big. Like, I bought it to raise my 4 kids. I've done that. I'm down to 2 kids, and I can feel the sand in the hourglass ticking away. Tick, 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 tick. Before long, I'm gonna be down to 1, and then I'm gonna be down to 0. I'm getting off track a little bit. Here we go. This house is a large house. It's got a lot of bedrooms, a lot of bathrooms, which was fantastic for raising a family. At this point, as I'm looking to like the next 5 years, within the next 5 years, my husband and I will be empty nesters. Cue the Kevin screaming from Home Alone.
Other than that, I'm in good shape.
And I actually just want to kind of like live on the main level and not have to go down to the basement or like go up to the upstairs. I don't have an upstairs, but if I did, it feels like there's a ton of wasted space if you think about it that way. The second part to that is I live in the city on a very small plot of land.
It's a broom cupboard.
It's less than 1/5 an acre, and I actually want a little bit of land. I want to have some chickens. I want to have a big garden. I want a little bit more of a view instead of my neighbor and 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 my neighbor. While I love all of them, I just wanted a little room to breathe. I wanted like a patio to like watch the sunset at night, rock in my rocking chair. My grandpa made me a porch swing that I haven't been able to put up in this house for the last 12 years because there's no spot for it. So I'm thinking not necessarily like a bigger house or anything like that, just a different house with a different layout, a little bit more land outside of the city. A couple things to note. I definitely want room for the kids to come back. I don't want to get to the point where my kids don't feel comfortable coming home for extended periods of time, or if they have their own families and their own kids and grandkids. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You know, if they bring my lovely grandchildren over, I do want a space for them also so it's comfortable for guests. So all of that in mind, we've been looking. Have I said before that I live in a small town? If you sort like houses for sale in my area and you go outside of town and you do an actual house, there's like 30 total. And that includes all price points, all size points, all of that stuff. Let's talk about the houses. May I introduce you to house number 1? This house is fantastic. I walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, I see it. I see myself living here. The only 2 problems that I would have with this house is number 1, it's really far from Dave's work. And then my sons that are still at home do play sports and they're very active. So we're talking like a 30-minute drive one direction. That would be a big deal for Dave to go to work, but it is a big deal when I have kids going to sports and my youngest one doesn't drive yet. And we're talking like an hour in the car every single day to shuttle kids to sports and activities minimum. Honestly, it's probably too big. So that's problem number 1. It's pretty far out. And number 2, it's too expensive. House prices are just nutso.
Hold it right there! The fuse is out.
It's a weird time to buy a house. It feels like it has been a weird time to buy a house since 2020. Like, I bought my house for right around $200,000, which in today's market would sell in 10 seconds if I put it on the market for that price right now, which is a screaming steal. Because like I said, I live in the middle of farm town. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's a small town. Nobody wants to live here until 2020.
2020! You broke me!
So it changed the real estate market in my area very drastically because all of the people that have moved in, you know, they're from out of state. They paid cash for their houses. So houses like are just going like this. The houses that are selling in my neighborhood now are like $500,000, $550,000. I don't live in a neighborhood with $500,000 value homes. I just don't. But that's what they are for sale for. It is very weird. Also, the interest rates, like they've gone up and down, but they're still at an overall high compared to like the 3% that we enjoyed for so long. So with that in mind, you know, as we're house hunting and stuff, I'm really paying attention to my credit because most likely we will have to have a mortgage, hopefully a small one. So if you're in the house buying market or if you're interested in like paying more attention to your credit as well, so you can do things like get better rates on insurance, buying a car, buying a house. They even check it for cell phone plans and life insurance sometimes. I'm super happy to introduce today's sponsor, Kickoff. Thank you to Kickoff for supporting today's video. So if you are struggling with no credit or low credit, Kickoff can be a great hack to build your credit safely and easily. Kickoff is a credit building tool with affordable monthly plans designed to quickly improve key credit factors and give you the keys to a future with better credit and everything that comes along with it. It is actually the #1 credit building app in the App Store. So how does it work? You can sign up in minutes. There's no credit check, there's no hidden fees. Plans start at just $5 a month, and they're specifically designed to improve your credit by building positive payment history and lowering your utilization. So your on-time payments to Kickoff actually get reported to all 3 credit bureaus, helping you build credit over time. In fact, Kickoff users with credit under 600 saw an average increase of 25 points in the first month and up to 84-point increase in the first year. So if you are ready to start building credit the smart way, you can click the first link in the doobly-doo to get 80% off of your first month with Kickoff. That's getkickoff.com/frugalfitmom. First link in the blue below. Thanks again to Kickoff for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to touring some houses. Okay, let's do house 2. House 2 is in a desirable neighborhood. They're all like 1 to 2 acre lots. The house is a new build. It's beautiful, kind of looks like a log cabin situation, so I was pretty excited to go look at it. The land, the lot, stunning. Go inside, it's enormous. And so while it was very beautiful, we were just kind of like, this is too much. Like, I don't wanna take care of this. This is not it. That one was a no pretty quickly after we toured the inside, although gorgeous. Let's move on to house number 3. House number 3, also in a desirable neighborhood. This house is for sale by owner. The design choices, I don't think I would have made them on my own, but seeing them in person, you're like, whoa. Like, you should be an interior designer. I love these huge tile slabs in the laundry room. She put wallpaper on the ceiling in the butler's pantry. The butler's pantry, a dream. It's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. However, they haven't left yet. So like, it's for sale by owner, but I guess they haven't found somewhere to live yet. So the caveat is like, they're not ready to go yet. So that one's high on my list. The land is amazing. The house is amazing. It might even be too nice, actually. It might be too nice for me. House number 5 was also for sale by owner. It was purchased a few years ago and then was totally remodeled by the purchaser. So she painted the brick on the outside. She painted the kitchen cabinets, did a bunch of stuff, like redid the bathrooms and stuff like that. So the pictures I have are not from the updates. This house was amazing, but it was in town. Remember I said I wanted more land? It was on an in-town lot again, and I wouldn't have been able to get my chickens or like my bigger garden or anything like that. I think it's in the wrong area. You know what they say about real estate? Location, location, location.
Sure, it's big enough, but look at the location.
Okay, let's do house 5. House 5 is actually not that new. It's pretty new, that's a lie. It was built in the last 7 years. But I just think the design was ahead of its time, like 7 years ago. It's small, but the design of it is gorgeous. Like, everything is custom done. The design choices were really gorgeous. I would say the videos make it look bigger than it is. The kitchen's actually pretty small. It's just so well designed that it looks enormous. Like, it's smaller than the kitchen I have now, but I don't know that you even notice it when you're in there looking at it. I think it's a 3-2, like 3 bedroom, 2 bath. So a lot smaller, but the outdoor space is very lovely. So let's move on to other options. Like, would I buy an older house? Absolutely. But here's the thing. Remember when I said I live in like a farming community? The only houses like outside of the city are built on farms where the farmer like sells off a plot of land and they make like a small little development. And that's only really been done in the last 15 years. So all the houses that are outside of town are actually pretty new. I thought it would be fun to like buy an older house on a beautiful property and kind of like update it and maybe rip down a wall or something, or like update the kitchen, but I can't even find any of those. My mom lives here, my husband's job is here, my kids grew up here, you know, I don't really see myself leaving the area, and plus the outdoor activities, need I say less. So far the search continues. Of the houses that I showed you today, which one was your favorite? Pros and cons. Do we want a smaller house with bigger land? Do we want the right neighborhood? How far out is too far out into the country? I'm still toying with all of these things. I have not moved in 12 years. I'm actually just want to like sell everything and start over. It feels like the easiest move. Who needs to declutter when you could just sell everything? So for the moment, we're gonna stay right here. Don't worry, we will keep looking and I will keep you updated. I really would love to find like an older home and redo it on the perfect plot of land. Like, that would be my favorite thing, but maybe I'll only find that property in my dreams. If you are also on a house hunt, I feel you. I feel your pain. It's rough out there, guys. I appreciate you so much hanging out with me in today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. So recently, my daughter came back for a week and then she left again. But during that week while she was here, my family likes to play games. And one night we decided to play Ticket to Ride. We do have the expansion pack. No, we are not game nerds. Although maybe, yes, we are. But we didn't have a lot of time because we had to get up really, really early to take her to the airport for her summer job. We had 30 minutes tops to play this game, and Ticket to Ride can last a while. It's not as bad as Monopoly, but it can go a minute, okay? Usually an hour is more likely. So we decided to play Speed Ticket to Ride. This is how we did it. We wanted to finish the game in 20 minutes. I was the dealer, banker, whatever it is that's in charge of the train cards because Mama can multitask. Mama can move. I can flip those cards like nobody's business. I think we gave each person 10 trip cards, like the routes you're supposed to complete. No exchanges, no substitutions, no refunds, but you weren't gonna get negative points for any that you didn't finish. It was finish as many as you can until we're done building. It was lickety split. When it was your turn, you had 10 seconds to make your move. You had to think 5 moves ahead. It was like chess and Ticket to Ride meshed together into one exciting game. Like when it was my turn, they were like, Mom, go, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm building, you know, and you go, and it's next, and it's next. And your next turn would come around in about 20 to 30 seconds. So you had to be on your mark. It was so fun. I'm dying laughing. My son Andrew is dying laughing. The only person in the group that hated Speed Ticket to Ride was my daughter. She was like, that was not fun at all. I never ever want to do that again. So Speed Ticket to Ride, apparently we can only play when my daughter is gone because the rest of us thought it was hilarious. And if you want to like pick up the pace of a family game and you have kids old enough to play Ticket to Ride, try Speed Ticket to Ride. It takes it up a notch or 3, trust me.